Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, John the House Guy, here with my lovely co-host,
Kim the Homegirl.
And this is the House Guy and Homegirl podcast, where we try each week to bring you relevant information about home building and the real estate market in the Shoals. This week, we're going to take a trip down memory lane. Hey, do you enjoy this kind of content? If you do, please don't forget to subscribe down below. Give us a share, give us a like, hit that notification bell, whatever it is that you can do to help us grow our channel and help us bring you the most relevant and up-to-date information about home building and real estate each week.
You're listening to the House Guy and Homegirl podcast, a podcast about real estate and real life. As realtors, home builders, and real estate investors, John and Kim keep it real. Former teachers turned real estate professionals, they have a heart for helping others. Join them each week as they discuss all things home. And now, here's your hosts, John and Kim.
What's been going on this week with you, Kim? I know it's been a busy week.
Oh, goodness. This week, yes. I literally, I don't even know. It's Friday. Yeah.
It is Friday.
Man, this week, we're almost done with August. We've got one more week, and we are just trucking along every day, it feels like we literally work from morning until the last minute at night, running, going, doing. This week, though, we had senior night last night.
Ooh, at the ball game, the hottest ball game in the history of ball games.
Yes, literally, and I know I keep saying that, but y'all, it was the absolute hottest I've ever been in my whole life.
Yeah, it was rough.
My legs were pouring sweat, and other people too. It's like they were not doused with water.
Just wet. Just wet clothing and everything. Yeah, so.
That was crazy. But yeah, senior night, we had a little pep rally, and that was fun. Nora performed in that.
She was on a little dance squad.
Yeah, she loved it. What else have we been doing this week?
She had Emmett's 24 jersey on from when he was a kid. Don't forget that.
I don't want to talk too much about all that, but that whole day yesterday evening was just... I was in all my feels yesterday. So, yeah, she had Emmett's little jersey that he used to wear at Highland Park and McBride, and it had the number 24. Y'all.
And he's class of 24.
He's class of 24.
And, when we got that jersey, it was he's class of 24, but that's, way off.
Yeah, I couldn't even, fathom 24 because we were, 2011 or 2013 or something like that, 2014, and, 2024.
Yeah,
that's way on down the road.
That's crazy how far off that is, but now it's here.
Yep. So it literally was staring at us in our face yesterday evening, or yesterday she wore it, and it had Ride on the back. So sweet.
Yeah. So speaking of sentimental, right, we had another sentimental experience here recently we're going to talk about on the show today. We've got video from it, but we're going to kind of discuss it first and show part of the video that we took.
So, y'all, John listed a house out in Central. Yes, I am a Central graduate, class of 1998, and, just a sweet little community out there. We lived out there. I started school out there in the 5th grade, and so we actually moved. Well, I moved from out there, when I was in college, but my parents left that house the week after we got married. So
in 2004.
And I think we moved out there initially in 90, 91-ish.
I don't know. I wasn't around for that part.
Yeah. But anyways, it was the house that really built me, per se. Okay. When I think about a childhood home, that's where I think back to. Is
my favorite dog
and if you
is buried in the yard. Right? Your dog is buried out there. Yeah. I didn't just jump right into it, right? That's
so this particular house is in a little subdivision in Petersville. I didn't live in Central. But the other day, John listed a house out in Central, and so I was just kind of, we made a little round and went by the school, and I was kind of going down memory lane, and
which we're bad to do that no matter what. We're sentimental people.
Yeah.
Right. So it's if we ever have a chance to drive by, we built that house, or I sold that house, or this is where we live.
Yeah. But now we don't get to go out to Central.
We don't go to Central very much. We definitely go to my area more than we do yours.
Right. And so we were driving, and I said, well, let's go while we're out here, let's go by my old house. And so we tried to get there. Well, it's been so long since I've been out there, the bridge like you have to, like they rerouted how you get to school, period. So they're redoing this bridge over Cypress Creek, and so we have to go back onto the highway and cross. And I grew up down by the Forks of Cypress, like Ghost Bridge. And so we had to go by that way and go up. And I lived in a little subdivision called Mansion View. And so we get there and drive by. It doesn't look anything like the house that I grew up in. They've painted the outside, and John's on the phone with somebody else. And we go by it, and all these cars are in the driveway. And look a little closer, and they are painting in there. Like there's the front door is wide open, the garages are up, there's paint everywhere. There's
obviously to us that do this for a living, it's a construction site.
It is a construction site. Now, I'm not saying you should do this because this was quote unquote classic trespassing.
Yeah, let's not admit to a crime on the show in front of everybody.
Anyway, so we pass it, and I'm like, such and such lived here, they live there, and John's still on the phone. I said, turn around. And he's talking away, and I was like, go back. I said, I think they were working on that house. Go back. I'm getting out. And so he wraps up his conversation, and we go back, and we pull in the driveway. And like right then, like familiarity or whatever you want to call that. Like it just felt so familiar, and it was so odd because I have not been in that particular driveway in so long, But anyways,
for perspective, it's the driveway that I picked you up for our first date. Right, I drove in there, so I mean that's where I come into the picture in 1998, 99. Well, our first date was in 99,
son.
We met in 98.
Yeah, you didn't come in that driveway until 99.
1999, that's right. Pulled in there, and so that's where we met. That's where you were living the whole time we dated and all that before we got engaged and married and all that. So
yeah, you've got some ties.
I've got some, 4 or 5 years there that you were there that we were dating. We dated for 5 years, so.
Yeah. But anyway, so we drive up, and then I said, I'm getting out. And then he's like, I am too. So we bail out, y'all. And like I said, I don't recommend it because this was, quote unquote, breaking the law. And I don't know whose house it was or is now, but it used to be mine. So
used to be my playground.
Yes. So we go up, and I have to go in. And so y'all, like this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. And I told a friend of mine about it this past week. I got to go back in my childhood home and revisit, and that's what we did. And we just want to talk a little bit about what that house looks like now, and some changes that they made, and how, it can relate to, what other people may be thinking that they may want to do, and just kind of talk through the whole process, because it was, I guess, strange and neat looking at it through my eyes now. The last time I laid eyes on that house interiorly, I was 24 years old. And, and looking at it now through my builder / design / real estate eyes, like it's so, like they have changed basically everything about that house. Yeah,
they took about every wall in the common areas. They took every wall out.
Yeah.
Right.
And so, I don't know who lives in that house now, but it's still a beautiful, beautiful house. And, just kind of going through like, first of all, we walk through the door, and there's no walls anywhere. And that was never really a thought when we lived there, like to take down walls. But when we walked in before, when it was our house, you would walk into a little foyer area, and then we had a dining room, a formal dining room, and then where you put your table, and then like a small little kitchen area, and then like a eat-in kitchen area, and then a den and a fireplace. And y'all, they took it all out. And we've got footage.
That's probably a good place to just splice that video in and because we talk that through in the video. We'll let them watch that, and then we can talk
look
about
at that.
Okay, y'all, we are out in Central listing a piece of property, and we drove through Kim's old neighborhood, and we drove up on her house where we first started dating, and this is what we found. A flip in progress of her old home.
Old home, like this, like, you had that house that if you move a couple of times and you're like, that's my one house that I grew up in. This is the house that I grew up in, y'all. Like, this is my house. This, I know for a fact, is around 2,000 square feet. We used to have 4 bedrooms here, 2 baths, and they have flipped it. Like, open concept. We had a den and a living room. Totally opened it up, like, insane.
So they took Kim's bedroom and they've made it into a master bathroom. So in this master bathroom was the first time over there where she told me she loved me.
No, it's in this room.
No, it was in your bedroom.
I know, but that was my bedroom.
It was right there in the back corner.
So they took it and made, actually that's the utility room, y'all. Yeah, so my bed used to be here. All this, and then the big master bathroom was also my room, and that was like, had a little seating area, and I don't know, my room was huge. And I always think back in my head to this room, and it really was big. And also, let me show you something really cool.
There used to be a Tupac poster on that wall.
No, it was on this wall. Let me show you something really cool though. This right here, this is my favorite walk-in closet of all time. Like, you walked in this way, and actually it was like,
You can see the outlines of the old closet.
It was
on the
right
floor.
here, and you walked in it. It was the absolute best walk-in closet ever. And it had this yellow floor. You can see some of it. Anyways, crazy, y'all. I gotta show you the living room. This was the foyer. We had little doors that open like this.
You can see the outline on the floor.
This was the closet. And then this was the front living room. And this was the den. We actually had, totally forgot about this. We had a fireplace, a 2-sided, no, was it? No.
It was in the middle.
It was in the middle on that side. A fireplace in the middle. So they took taking all this out. That was the kitchen. Y'all, what? Like, I don't know where, I can't. They're putting a pool now.
Yeah, so this was like several rooms. This was the living room over here. The outside door, the couches and sectional used to be over there. Then the kitchen had a wall. That was a dining room there. That was where the gateway computer was when they got their gateway computer in the 90s and early 2000s. And this was the entry from the garage.
Oh my gosh, what did they do? Like, y'all, we even had, when we bought this house, there was like a little, so we had central heat and air, but before they did, they had a window unit air conditioner, and they had like closed it up and like put little shelves in it, and we just kind of put little knickknacks in that out there. It's totally gone. Now it looks super modern, like.
Got a pool out back. Oh, they put a fireplace in out back.
Oh my wow.
Oh my gosh, look at this, man.
I don't know why it's speechless.
It's got a new unit. Oh look, but it's still got a trampoline in the back.
Oh my word.
You see the trampoline?
Oh my word. Yep. This is insane. And here's something really sad though, like one of my pets is buried right over there. Like,
Oh my gosh, the house that built me.
oh. I don't even know. I'm speechless. Oh look, there's the
hole.
There's the I told y'all. That's hilarious. You can't hide some things. Oh, that's great. Oh man. Alright, they're just being really, really good. So anyways.
What a wild turn of events. All right, let's get your final reaction, Kim.
Okay. I don't even, oh my word, like I want to share this with my family, but you know, it's just, I'm glad that I was able to come back one last time before, you know, they totally turn it over to something I don't even remember. I mean, basically, like, I mean, I know you can change a house, but this right here, like, to know what I know, like, this is where I grew up. I know every nook and cranny of this house.
Just where we first started dating.
Where we first started, yes, like,
I drove my old cranker
yes,
right up into that driveway.
1999, y'all. February 1999. And like, so if you're out there and you see a house and just look beyond and see its potential, but I liked it the way it was. I mean, it's super cool now.
It's
like,
wide open now. It's going to be super nice when they finish.
Yes, definitely. Anyways, if you're thinking about purchasing a home and flipping it, or, you know, if you could walk into a home and, you know, it is chopped up like that, you know, with a formal living room and a little kitchen and a little dining room, this is what it can be. Like, look at this picture and this is what it can be. These people bought this house and, I mean, they took out all the walls. They put in no, they don't have a header in there. Anyways,
they got a column.
They have a column in the middle. And then they took out concrete and stuff
they cut the concrete foundation out, right, to make a kitchen island.
Yeah, because technically code, you have to have electrical in an island, so they did that.
You have to run the plumbing over there too.
Right,
so.
you got to run, because it was on a slab, so that's something else. You know, if you do want to buy a house and fix it up, if it is on a slab, unless you're breaking up concrete, busting it up, or you could actually build out a wall or something like that and hide it there. But as far as moving plumbing, you can't. That's really not an option. You have to bust up concrete. And they did. They had the concrete just all busted up and tore up. But that's okay, because they're going to put it back. So big open floor plan in this that house was built, I want to say, in the late or early 60s, I believe. I mean, our first...
It's like a classic brick rancher is what it was.
Yes, it was.
And now it's a big open concept.
Right. I think our original stove, or our original oven, was a Martha Washington oven. Yeah, because we thought it was funny because we lived on Betsy Ross, and our oven was Martha Washington. So anyways, but they're gonna, you know, I'm anxious to see, and I probably will, like, one day just knock on that door and say, hey, I used to live here.
I could walk around, I swear.
Because it's gonna look really nice, you know. You know, when we first moved in that house, though, it had orange carpet in the...
I had some orange carpet in my childhood house too, yeah.
Whoever bought this particular house, I guess it's going to be their forever home, because they took it from a 4-bedroom and changed it to a 3. Now, is that something that you would recommend, John?
Most of the time, no.
Most of the time,
right.
no.
But now the way that house was set up, just from being in the house at one point in time, what they did to it, I would say they improved it, because
they improved it to a modern type.
The quote unquote master bedroom and bathroom was your parents' room was smaller than your actual bedroom on the other side.
Oh yeah.
And so
I had, like, my bedroom was huge.
Yeah.
I had the big bedroom, and that's what you're going to see if you are in the market to buy an older home and flip it. That's what you see a lot. You don't see you see a lot of these master bedrooms with these small bathrooms in it. Like, they have a bathroom,
little half bath maybe sometimes.
Well, sometimes there's a half bath. You're right. But my parents, they did have a freestanding sink, and they had an enclosed shower and a toilet in there. And I mean, it was small, y'all. You can see on the pictures.
Well, they had a king size bed, and I remember, like, you had just barely enough room to walk around the bed in their room.
Yeah, you can see in the picture, like, I mean, and you may not can even, like, fathom how they fit a king size bed in there. But yeah, they had a king size bed in there, 2 closets. Mom had a big dresser. She had a chest of drawers, but where the chest of drawers were, and then the king size bed, yeah, John's right. You had, like, I mean, it was not ADA standards. You couldn't get a wheelchair through there. Yeah, it was like 12 inches. The only thing, I've got a picture, and I'll send this to Lance too. The only thing that is still left from my old house is some flooring that my mom put down. And she put this down.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
She put this down in like 92-ish. But man, like,
glued down linoleum, right?
Glued down linoleum squares. They were 12 by 12 squares, and I guess she put it down with cement.
The house literally gutted, right? Like, nothing remains. But Debbie Hester put this floor down with whatever she put it down with, and they had, you see the scraper where they had, like, scraped with it, and you couldn't, there was no way it was coming up.
Right. No way. Yeah. But, I never would have thought that particular house could look that nice, like modernized,
right.
So really, when you're looking at these old homes, like, the bones are there, the structure is, like, sound, and like amazing. Like it looks so modern on the inside.
Oh yeah, I would be interested to see what happens when they finish it out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's going to be an absolutely gorgeous home.
Yeah.
But yeah, so make sure that if you do flip or remodel a home, make sure that, if you are removing a bedroom, you probably want to stay there for a while. That needs to be your forever home because
but again, what they did to the house made it better.
Yeah,
it adds value. Everything they've done is adding value.
Right, the master suite, the master ensuite. I mean, it was small before, and now, yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's true too. And then if you do remodel, I would say make sure to if there's an HOA involved, make sure to check and see, because they did paint the exterior brick, and you can't just go in any neighborhood. Like if you were planning on purchasing a house in a particular neighborhood, you need to make sure to ask your real estate agent if there are HOAs involved, because you can't just paint anything.
Yeah, I would just make your real estate agent aware of what you're planning to do all the way around, right? If you're buying that house from an agent and you're planning on living there, just consider this. Even if you're building your forever home, that house is going to be there after you're gone. And somebody's got to sell it eventually, right? So if you're doing something, you're like, I'm just going to live here forever. And okay, but your kids or your heirs or somebody's going to have to deal with it later and sell it. So you don't want to do things that are going to radically change the value. I think what they did added value, and I think it was a lot.
I think they've done a really good job overall, though.
Yeah.
Like that house is going to, it's going to be somebody's forever home that's like super cool.
Right.
Like super modern, super cool.
Well, let's just be... There was somebody that was super cool already living there before, right?
Yeah.
So
years ago.
Yeah, she used to be super cool, right? Now she's got a senior in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So anyway, we hope you guys enjoyed the show this week. Thanks so much for tuning in. If we can ever help you with anything real estate related, please feel free to reach out to us. And
enjoy all those videos though. Watch them all, and that's where I grew up. So
Kim's old stomping grounds.
Yes.
We'll see you on the next show. Thanks, guys. See ya. It's kind of weird to see this and to know all the things that happened in this building, 20 years ago, 25 years ago when me and Kim first started dating. And right over there was a couch where we spent Y2K. It's, I don't know, it's a strange feeling for sure. But it's going to be a beautiful home for somebody, and it was a beautiful home for her and her family when they were here, and a lot of special times here.
Thanks for listening to the House Guy and Home Girl podcast, your #1 source for all things home. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast and check out our YouTube page for video content from the show.